Hi. I don't know how best to moderate my voice so that the sound is not too shitty, but my microphone is kaputz and I might try to play with it a little bit later to see if I can get it to work again. So we'll see, but it was already kind of crapping out on me, which is unfortunate. But anyway, I could not find my iPhone earbuds with the built-in mic. I was initially wanting to film a video outside in the back. There's a lot of traffic sounds, unfortunately, but there's this little stream that passes through, and it's very lovely, especially on a day where there's not a lot of traffic. But it is Monday, it's around noon, and it's a road that will have cars. That's what roads do. Things might look a little bit different. It has been a while, like a couple weeks, I think, since I last posted a video. And before then, if you watched my videos regularly, I've never really had a routine, but I've always tried. And I had an intention and it changed. I'm rambling. Let me get into it. In the last video, I said something, I mentioned I would expand on something, and now everything is coming full circle. I wish I had left more in that video, to be honest, even though the last one was quite rambly. And again, I feel like I have to have a disclaimer, like this video, I'm just talking about myself. And if you don't know me, or, if you're not interested in hearing rambly type of videos, then I'm sorry, there's no microphone, so I can't even try to pick up cooler sounds to make this more relaxing. Instead, you probably just hear a lot of traffic and the sounds of a refrigerator humming. Let me just say where I'm at. I am in my new home. So I have moved and I'm in my new home, and I'm not living alone. I'm actually living very much not alone. And I am in one of the communal spaces, but typically I don't think I will really be filming like this. And that's another thing I just want to say, kind of as a channel update, is I cannot commit to a schedule or to a routine in terms of when I'll be posting videos, and they might not be that relaxing because I just don't have a lot of space. And the last video I filmed, I was in the state that I'm currently in. But yeah, so I was talking about being back there because I had lived here before, and it was during a very interesting phase in my life, my mid-20s. Sorry, this says boo, it's a table runner. I'm at the end of the table. And I was lucky to meet really some good people, a couple good people, and one of them, to cut a long story short, is the gal that I'm living with. It's really nice to be here, and I would love to talk a little bit more about something more focused towards mental health. There's a lot I want to say on that, but I don't want this to be a very long video because I just want it to be short. And I had made the decision when I was here back in August, after talking to her and reconnecting with some other friends, just having a real wake up call that this is your one life and you should do what you can to make it one that feels fulfilling, one that gives you joy and hope, and one that makes you feel equipped and capable to navigate through the sorrows and the challenges and the pains, because life is not perfect and there's always something wrong. There's always something wrong going on in life. There just is. But you have control over your mindset to a degree. And I don't want to talk, I'm hesitant to say too much in a video that just goes out, because then I'm not able to have a conversation about it. I'm just talking, and that can be easily misconstrued because I have a whole host of other thoughts about, this idea of oh, you just change your mindset, because it feels kind of superficial, because I feel like people think, okay, I just change my mindset and I'm changed, and that's not really how that works. But you have a modicum of control in everything, to a degree, but there are definitely areas where you have more control than in others. And that's not going to be true for everyone. So the ability for me to move clear across the country is very unique to where I am in life. And that's all I'll say about that, because it's not realistic to tell someone just move. It's not that easy. But for some people it's easier, but for others you have to figure something out. And that's just the weird, I'm still processing, because everything lined up so well for this transition. Because after talking to some friends and being back here, I always knew I didn't want to end up back home, and I just wanted to not stay there, because I grew up moving around a bit, and that, I don't know, that just is all I've known. So I knew I wanted to go back, and with the career path I'm choosing, I thought I will figure it out later. 5 to 10 years is when I'll try to move back. And I was talking to my friend, the one that I'm living with, and she was like, no, if you continue on there, get started there, you're going to create a network for yourself there, and it's going to be that much harder to break away. It's so much better for you to move now. If you're going to move, you move now, if that's what you want. So that way you can start here and build that network here and get the experience that you need here. And I was like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So I had decided I was going to be moving in January, and that felt so scary, but that was going to give me enough time to properly plan and, give a lot of notice for the other job that I'm at. And it would just give me time to mentally process it and be able to start saying goodbye. And all of a sudden it was like, oh, there's this job that aligns so well with what you want to do. You should just apply. And I initially was resistant to the idea, because I was just like, no, I already made up my mind. It's going to be January. Leave me alone. It's too unrealistic to move for this job that's open now, because this was the end of August. But my friend told me just apply for it and then see how you would feel turning it down. And so I did apply for it, and then throughout the process, because it was extensive, I had to gather a lot of different types of documents, I started to get really excited. And then at that point I just was kind of mentally checked out and just knew I really didn't want to stay, and I really did want this job, and things worked out and I got the job. And so I left very soon, as soon as I could, almost. And it was really hectic and chaotic, and I had wanted to make a few videos before I left, but it's just there was no time. And I realized one thing I don't like is pressure. I don't respond well to pressure, and I create pressure on myself when I do things like post a film schedule, which I have to get rid of that, because I can't say, oh, I will do this on this timetable, because it's not realistic right now. There's only so many things that you can do well while also maintaining your stamina. And it's much less pressure for me to do this when I have the time, because I really enjoy doing it. It's like a hobby, but it is time consuming, and that's why I try to keep these videos short, which is hard because I ramble a lot. But what was I saying? So I moved, I drove, and I did it in not a straightforward way. A straightforward way would just, be like a line, and I did more of a U shape. I drove through Georgia, down into Florida, and then through Alabama and Mississippi for a second, into Louisiana, and then just, through Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, and to San Diego is where I ended up. I did not enjoy my experience in San Diego, which maybe I'll tell a story for another day. But then I was able to spend 4 days going up the coast of California, which was amazing. And I spent the night in Oregon on the coast. Beautiful, my first time. And then I ended up where I ended up the next day, which was so nice after a long trip. And if you follow me on Instagram, I was posting about it as I went because I went by myself. So I was definitely using a lot of social media, and I saved the highlight, but that's pretty much, that's everything. That's like an update with my life. I am here and it's crazy, and I don't really know how often I'll be posting. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just not committing to anything, but I will try to post as often as I can. But anyways, that's it. I hope this was somewhat relaxing. I really hope that you are doing well, and I'm happy to tell you that I feel like I'm also doing really well right now, which is always grateful for that. So I will see you again at some point, but until then, take care of yourself.